makes you think it's morning? There was a bird on my windowsill. Yeah. It's one Dennison I missed, but go right ahead. I'm here about the anti-ballistic missile. You are? Yes. Gee, are you going to take the anti-missile ballistic missile? Come right to the point. The Department of Defense has decided to give your company the contract for the new anti-ballistic missile. Now, how much was that again? $17,369,79,000 million. Wow. That's a lot of sure you don't want, how about one missile? No! No? Well, I'll tell you, put that card back. Listen, 1,700 million, 69 million. Well, okay, it's a deal. That's what, it's a deal. Okay? Okay, do you take credit cards? Yes, and you get stamps. Stamps?
So you just saw a clip from the Dean Martin show with Dom DeLuise, and Dean Martin was playing the Secretary of Defense, and he was coming in with some BS about anti-ballistic missiles and going to sell them to the government for a huge sum. Now, Dean Martin did his show unrehearsed. As far as his part in the show was unrehearsed. So there was a lot of impromptu. If you noticed, the two of them were laughing hysterically. Now, why were they like extra hysterical? They were laughing so much because they knew that nuclear missiles were a total hoax. And the public truly believed in nuclear missiles. So for them, the skit was extra funny because they were in on the hoax. Many, many more people are now in on the hoax that missiles don't go very far, and there's no explosive warhead in them that's going to blow up an entire city. Use your head. Take a look at the size of them. How far can they really travel? They elevated them to intercontinental ballistic missiles that can travel hundreds and thousands of miles. Nonsense. That's why Dean Martin and Dom DeLuise were so hysterical and laughed so much, because at the time of this show, almost everyone in the American public believed in these things called nuclear missiles. What I find interesting is that nobody really talks about them much anymore, and we now have a real giant fear in front of us. But at one time, the big fear that people had was Russia might shoot a nuclear missile into the United States. And oh, don't forget the Cuban Missile Crisis, where Castro teamed up with Russia to send nuclear missiles into the U.S. Ha! That was another scam. By the way, see my video, the first one to play Castro was actually the great writer Ernest Hemingway. Yeah, that's right. Castro is just a bunch of nonsense too. So I thought you might enjoy seeing this, how much they laughed and laughed. The real source of their laughter was they knew that nuclear missiles were one gigantic hoax. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'd like to point you to the one who never hoaxes you, and that is the one true God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And that if you ask for the Spirit of truth, the Holy Spirit, God will send the Holy Spirit to you, and you will have discernment, and you will know truth. Thank you for watching. End of video.